Everybody, hope everyone is doing well, being safe at home, but I'm gonna make a frittata, something for breakfast or even brunch or lunch or dinner, but I'm gonna use things that I've had that I've already made stuff with. So I have caramelized onions, some asparagus, which I did for a dinner, some roasted potatoes I did for another lunch, just some spinach, and you can pretty much use what you have left over. Sometimes you can use mushrooms, you can use peppers, some tomatoes and roast them. But I'm gonna show you how to do that stuff, some cheese, stuff that you have around. So, pan on hot. Actually, I'm gonna start with the eggs first and get those cracked up. And for this kind of pan, this is a smaller pan, we're gonna use about 5 eggs and just do those one by one. 2, 3, on my breakfast days, being the egg brunch person. 4, 5. Okay, great. We got that. Then salt and pepper. Give a good amount there. So with eggs, like how I think about seasoning the eggs is like, you know, when you're gonna salt and pepper like a sunny side up egg, that's how much I would put on there. So then you don't over salt it or under salt it. Pepper too. And we go with these. Get that in there as well. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit on that. I'm gonna put some cheese in there as well. And then we're gonna scramble that up. Get that going here. The cheese will add a nice little saltiness to it and it will melt in there nicely, but I also have some feta on top. You can use some goat cheese if you have that as well. Give that a good mix. If you have a whisk, that's good. I happen to have used the tools that I have around house, so we're gonna go old school here. So I got the pan hot, olive oil. I tend to use oil for the frittata, not the butter. I've seen some people do that. So this stuff is mostly cooked, but I'm gonna crisp the potatoes up first. These have already been blanched and roasted. They have a little bit of color, but I like some potatoes in there. There's some moisture on it, that's why it's popping up a little bit, so please be careful. And get those going a little bit, so we'll start with those first. Everything else is cooked, so it doesn't need much time, but I just wanna get a little bit of more color on these. Then I'm going to add these asparagus. It's already cooked, so just a little bit. Some caramelized onions. Okay, give that, and some spinach. Now, most of this has already been seasoned, but I will season just a little bit more if the spinach is not. A little more salt there. And then spread the love. To make it, I'm gonna let it get hot first. Give it a little toss. Just like that. You got a nice hot pan, making sure that it's on hot. That's good. I'll give my eggs a little whip up too. And then throw that down in there. Just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna, kind of like an omelet way, just make it move so we can get a little bit of evenness to it. And just at a certain point, we're gonna put it in the oven and it's gonna bake to make a nice cake, a frittata. But right before that, to get to the right point, I'm gonna add a little bit of that feta cheese on top. See, nonstick is very helpful because look, it just slides right off. I'm gonna go a little bit harder, even it out. You can use a rubber spatula too. I just happen to have a spoon. I don't want to scrape anything like a fork on this bottom because when it scratches the nonstick, it ruins the surface. You also don't want to put the nonstick in the dishwasher either, hand wash only. So we're almost there. I'm gonna swirl that around a little bit more. And then we're gonna let that sit for a second to let the bottom set. We get nice and brown, so then the other side, once it bakes, we'll get brown too. So here's some of the feta cheese. Goat cheese is fine, or no cheese at all. Kind of smaller crumbles, but make sure it gets all the way around. So when you get a bite, you get some of that in there. Okay, then this is going to go into the oven, and then I'll show you when it's done. We're gonna plate this up, it's out of the oven. So we put the plate on top like that, sorry, I was a little loud. Boom, just like that, look at that. We got all that feta and loveliness of all the vegetables. And take a nice cut into that. Nice little cake there, lots of veg. Just like that. I'm gonna take a nice little bite. Have it with whatever you'd like, toast, something else like that, but there you go, bon appetit. Delicious.